10 seconds remaining.
I think they caught Pyrian Flex out there a little bit. You're right.
I was relaxing.
You okay? All right, good. Yeah, this is game 2. Thank you very much. MVP Phoenix on their way into the draft against Team Empire.
See, Phoenix's first pick, and they didn't ban the Bounty Hunter. I thought that was a big mistake by Empire, banning the Bounty Hunter, because you know what Phoenix is going to do. They're going to fight all the time. You're going to be skirmishing a lot, and Bounty Hunter is one of the best heroes. And you can give away probably Queen, I think, for it, only in this particular sort of situation.
And now they're in a case where Bounty Hunter and Gyrocopter are not banned, and they have one ban until the first pick of MVP. So I agree with you. I think Bounty Hunter would have been a great pick to have in last game. And would also have given
Undying.
Yeah.
Boom.
There we go.
There it is.
The first pick. I mean, he's one of the most, if not the most successful hero at TI. Statistically, Bounty Hunter is doing fantastic, isn't he, Nahas?
Well, let me look at that right now.
I believe that he has a little bit more than 40 games and roughly 25-ish wins, I believe.
I think can I just take the rest of the day off? 27 and 14, Waga.
See, it's a little bit more than 40 games.
I actually think you two need to switch roles. It's clear to me that Wagger is much better at statistics.
I can't play TA.
I'm with you.
You don't have to. I don't play. I'm just sitting here and talking, dude. It's fun.
QO makes me want to.
Wow.
It's like when you see a player play a hero and you think, I want to learn this hero, that is it.
Yeah, he has that kind of proficiency with plenty of heroes that makes you just want to go in and play it right away.
Yeah.
His TA, his Ember, his Lina on mid even, like they played on multiple heroes, on multiple players. I think he just performs every single time. He's one of the most solid players, actually.
When was the last time Undying actually made it through the ban phase? Like, he seems to have been banned a hell of a lot. I've hardly seen him.
He has been banned a lot. It's also been at the cost of Gyrocopter not being banned out sometimes, but sometimes also just not being prioritized in the first bans and picks.
So I'm interested to see what Empire does here, because traditionally they've run Tusk as their 4 position with Aloha Dance. Do you think this is going to be a farming Undying and support Tusk, or the other way around?
I think it should be a farming Tusk, probably. Like, Undying, I think he does his job without too much items in general, whereas Tusk, if he gets 1 item, he doesn't need plenty of items. If he just gets Blink or, Solar Crest or Desolator, any of these items, you'll be fine. And look at these picks!
Oh my goodness.
This is such an MVP pick again. They always second pick Spirit Breaker. It happens so often.
I mean, you said earlier, ride or die. Period.
Yeah, ride or die.
This is ride or die. This is fight, never stop.
These teams came to fight. They definitely did. I mean, the thing is, Empire with the Undying pick, couldn't that be used as a kind of, we don't want to fight, we're going to chuck down the Tombstone, we're going to get some decay and then back up? Would that not be a thing you could do?
Undying's all about fighting first 15, 20 minutes, just because he's so terrible after that, unless you have a good start.
How dare you?
He also,
amazing.
He does go into what you said earlier, though, Milini, which is Empire should draft a little bit better team fights and start to secure this game. Undying is amazing at team fighting in the early portion of the game, and he's very hard to go into. So for a Spirit Breaker, it could be, deterring some possible charges.
But do you really want to fight often versus a Bounty Hunter?
Yeah, that's going to be the question. I mean, Undying is a good tempo controlling hero, and we've talked about Naga in that context a lot. Now, the difference, of course, Naga being much, much better as you go into the late game, but Undying has some of those same aspects that he allows you to choose where and when fights are going to occur.
We actually saw quite a bit in the qualifiers because Undying was getting picked a lot. If they didn't want to fight, they just wanted to push the tower, they'd chuck down the zone stone, zone out the enemy team, and just sort of sit behind it as a kind of fight stopper.
Hey man, why not just have both of these heroes like we saw in the group stages a little bit, where you just drop the Tombstone song, the enemy, and let 3 summons spawn, and then take the fight. It's like, welcome back, wake up, and now we're...
So a lot of the fighting carries have been banned. We see Juggernaut banned, we see Ember Spirit banned. TA is still in the pool. I would say actually Slark is still in the pool, even though...
And QO Slark is insane. That's really good. We saw his TA, but his Ember, his Slark, and his Phantom Assassin are the 3 that just he crushes on.
But everyone's just drafting like full fight mode. It's like, if you pick AM, you're just going to lose.
Actually, I'm a little worried about this TA, right? I mean, does TA do this well, Waga, in these just ridiculous early game skirmishes?
Might be like a Darkseer plus Spear Breaker, and Darkseer crushes TA, I think.
I mean, there is a weakness to if you get charged by Spirit Breaker. Early on, you can actually get punished. But if you get a good start, if you get good farm, you can always snowball. And a lot of it goes into, do you have nice farm in the lane? If you do not, you definitely need stacks. So Bounty Hunter, he can definitely bother her, pester her early farm. And if you can also contest some recovery, which is the stacks, then it's easy to shut her down, actually. It's just that teams
This will
have
be
not.
March on the Spirit Breaker again, I take it. And of course, the last time he played Spirit Breaker, he went 1-9, but they won. So how important is the way he plays Spirit Breaker more as for the team rather than for any kind of anything else?
I think it's super important for MVP because they need an initiator, someone who can force the fight so that they do have these chaotic games. If you don't have a hero like Spirit Breaker or something crazy like Bristleback who just runs at the enemy, there might just be a passive game, which is what I think Empire would win every time.
Yeah, that's a classic example where the stats don't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play Spirit Breaker as a pick-off-oriented hero, he's going to have that sexy KDA, right? But at the end of the day, the way MVP Phoenix plays, Spirit Breaker is going to be YOLO charging in, setting up. He might have that bad KDA, but he's setting those teammates up.
Yeah. If it was American football, he's the guy who makes holes in the defense or so. I don't know.
I mean, he's the lineman, man. He's there.
That's the guy.
Create
The lineman.
opportunities.
Yeah, the lineman.
You messed up when you said
NFL analogies. What's
Hey?
going on? NFL analogies? What?
What? Well, we're in America.
Oh, right, yeah. Are we?
Yeah, we've got help. Seattle is in America.
I
thought it was in
believe
Canada.
I believe they have a pretty good football team here, guys.
Yeah, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Apparently they can throw them.
Yeah, they throw. They throw a lot.
Come on, don't flame the Seahawks. They retweeted some Dota stuff during
Did they?
TI3 or TI4.
Do you know what?
Be nice to them.
True story, the Seattle Seahawks are my favourite team in the NFL because they love esports. Not kidding you.
There we go.
Actually, genuine.
Really?
I've seen them tweet loads of stuff about.
Oh, well, I take it back.
Yeah.
Merlini, we have a PL.
We do have a PL.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I was actually a little bit surprised to see them pick the PL. But, I mean, at the same time, Phoenix can take it any pace they want. If they want to fight a lot, they have Bounty Hunter, Phantom Lancer. I mean, at least he's better than AM.
I think he's a good fighting carry, honestly. If you itemize towards it and take him into the fight, he's pretty good against, like, he's amazing against TA. He is pretty good against Bane as well, because he only has single target. So right now, there's not much that is good against Phantom Lancer. Even the Undying, sure. Tombstone and Decay, but Phantom Lancer killed that pretty easily.
I always feel like he doesn't really need much to get going either, and to become a pain in fights. Like, once he gets a diff, basically, a lot of heroes are like, well, it goes fun.
He doesn't do a lot of damage, though, I would say, like, in the first 10, 15, unless you have a Dazzle. I think Dazzle plus PL is really strong because of the double heal combo.
I think he's going to need to go drum first in this game.
Important thing as well, if you go fighting PL, you can't skill build like the burning build, okay? That's a farming build. If you put 1 point in Doppelganger and then you go, I'm going to join every fight from now on, you have 25-second cooldown on a Doppelganger, that's not the fighting build. But if you max that and have 10-second cooldown on it, you're extremely hard to lock down and kill. So it depends on how you itemize and how you skill build. The hero is pretty flexible, I think.
What heroes deal with PL? The only one I can really think of is actually Anti-Mage. Ember's banned, Gyro is out, Lesh is pretty good, but he's already out too. What other ones have like heavy AoE? Because they have none right now.
Yeah, they're really lacking in that field.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good
Wow,
shot.
Ben. Wow.
Amazing.
Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it's just...
The
how do you
graph
like-
shifted so quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to be so all fighting as a PL. Okay, I counter with your Anti-Mage.
Well, this is what Empire want. They have Undying for team fight, they have Bane and Tusk for single targets so you can set up the fights, and then they have Anti-Mage to farm up. TA, of course, scales well as well. But I think MVP are just going to bring the action in again, and it's about how Empire can control that.
Oh, goodness. Q-Olina.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, this could be an awful lot of fun as we head out of the draft and into the game. Game 2, MVP Phoenix on the verge of going through the lower bracket at the expense of Team Empire. They've got to hang in there as we head back to our commentary team of ODPixel and Syndrome.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for Game 2 between Phoenix and Team Empire. And after quite a spectacular Game 1, I think we can expect some crazy stuff coming out from both sides. Of course, Empire, this game meaning everything to them. They need to pull it back if they wish to stay in the International.
It seems like every single time Empire has a really crucial game, they pick Anti-Mage, like if they can get away with it. It's been a pattern in this tournament, it would seem, so it's the strategy they will fall back on always when things just aren't going as planned. At least this tournament, as they didn't, apart from TI, they haven't picked it all year, so that's pretty interesting to see. It's a fact I bring up every single time they pick it, and I guess people are getting tired of that. So let's talk about something else. I like Empire's draft against MVP a lot, and it's because they can't really challenge the anti-mage very well if they just decide to... Actually, never mind, they're running Yoku on Undying, so maybe there is a shot, but still, I would be very surprised if MVP managed to contest Silent very much in the safe lane, so he'll get great farm. And they chose to pick Lina into TA. This is a matchup that Lina is known for losing. Like, it's one of the only lanes she actually generally just flat out loses to her opponent one-on-one in mid. So it's possible MVP will have to help out a lot with Febby around the mid lane. And again, that's just going to help Silent have a very good safe lane since the bounty isn't on him. We'll see. There's also a Spirit Breaker. So there's a couple of variables that they could try to take advantage of here, but all in all, I'm liking Empire a lot here. If they just get to farm the AM, get to win the mid lane on Resolution, and if Resolution has a good start, last game he got shut down super hard. If he's rolling, he is rolling.
Yeah, I really feel that the mid lane is going to be definitely the place to watch, because the fact, as you said, that they're picking Lina into the TA, but they're definitely doing it with confidence. I mean, we know that QO from MVP, he's insane with the TA. He knows this hero, so he's going to be picking that and playing it because they've got a plan, and that plan might very well be Febby just messing with the Resolution TA and really shutting him down in the early game.
It looks like they're going to do that from the absolute beginning here. Febby is moving in, just going to harass him immediately, I would imagine. He's actually canceling his attacks a couple of. Here we go. But it is 1 sentry for Febby against 2 of Resolution, so the chance that they will actually be able to maintain sentry control in the mid lane is pretty low here for MVP. Who has the 2nd sentry, actually? They use it to block?
Bottom lane, March just getting a couple of bash on into, and another one onto Silent. He can't quite go any deeper for it, a little bit too low. And top lane, I mean, as you said, KP not going to have a nice time against this Aloha Dance Yoku Undying Tusk combination. Mid lane Resolution. He's got the refraction, he is okay.
Empire had 2 choices here, right?
Yeah.
So they could secure their anti-mage safe lane, or they can challenge the PL. They can't really do both at the same time. There's no 2-1-2 setup for their heroes that fully accomplishes both. And in this case, they choose to challenge the PL and hope that Silent can do well one-on-one against March. But what's interesting about this lane matchup is that March has very low mana pool. And the moment you lose all your mana against AM, he deals less damage. So this is one of those awkward situations where it's actually best for Spirit Breaker to be out of mana. He wants this exact thing to happen. Now he's even going to buy a
cast here on top lane between Yoku and Aloha Dance. They're moving in onto Nuts here. They want to find the Witch Doctor, and the punches doing a hell of a lot in Nuts with the Voodoo Restoration. Will be enough to get him back towards the tower. Now he's just going to turn back in. Aloha Dance being chased down by KP. KP should be able to find first blood here, but the South coming out, doppelganger forward. They'll find him in the river. Febby's there as well. They're going to try and give this to KP potentially. No, Febby will just take it. First blood there for the side of MVP.
This is a very big deal. This was the lane that Empire set out to counter. And now, of course, the kill does not go onto the PL, but he gets a little bit of more time up here and will feel a little safer, as Witch Doctor, of course, was also part of the kill and does get some experience off that. Meanwhile, bottom lane always want to fly. Still hasn't skilled yet. Very unusual 2.5 minutes into the game to not have put a skill point, but hasn't really found any advantage in skilling either Nightmare, Brainstep, or the Enfeebler.
With a haste, Resolution has got 3 bolt charges. He's got to use them under the cover of Refraction, but Febby's just going to continue to chase this. Refraction now done for 12 seconds. He's still got 2 charges, but that's 1 wasted. This is his last one. Febby's going to continue to chase Resolution here. I don't think there's any escape here for the TA and Febby. Oh, this is the most slowly, you know. He's not going to always. Oh, it's too deep. Ray's out. But Febby really wasting a lot of Resolution's time. They're forcing him to take the long route back to base.
Resolution is losing mid again.
Yeah,
and
off the back of that.
In both games, Febby has done so much. First game, he played the IO and helped out the TA in the beginning. And this time, he's playing the Bounty Hunter. And sending Resolution back to base like that, it's not just that he has to go back to base, it's how long it takes. He just missed out on, I think, 1.5 creep waves.
And look at the CS difference.
QO's 12 and 10 against 6 and 4. And this is a a TA favored matchup.
I mean, as I was saying in the beginning, they were going to pick it into confidence, and this confidence paying off. Q getting a lot of space here in the mid lane. Bottom lane, March trying to get some harassment in onto Always Want to Fly, but Silence farm. He's just going to turn around, get some hits onto March.
They're barely tickling him. He has 7 armor and blocks 20 damage with his Foreman Shield. AM hits him for like, okay, how much damage do they do per swing? They probably both do like 20 damage a hit.
It's not a lot with that poor man's shield. But on the same time, favoring Empire here, the fact that Silent, he's getting a lot more free farm than the PL. He's 20 for 5 compared to the 14 for 2 on KP. So this bottom lane going going favorably here for the Radiant. But at the same time, the trade-off is that Spirit Breaker is able to sit there, get a lot of levels out of this. And Bane just not able to do quite enough. And March just turning around for a bash there. Gives him a quick bash. Febi's come up to the top lane. Yoku and Aloha Dance trying to disrupt the side pull. And now Febi's going to go in with KP with the Spirit Lance. Moving on to Aloha Dance. Yoku gets a 2-man decay off though. It's a little bit too hard for MVP to dive onto that one. And back to the mid lane, and Kua just continuing to have a great time here against Resolution. Again, just proving to be potentially the stronger player here. Febi's coming in.
If Resolution would have gone in for that last hit, he would have been in a lot of trouble, and wisely doesn't try to go for it. I think he actually would have died. He has chosen not to skill meld. He's going for a 302 build. This is a build that, as Waga has pointed out, helps you a lot in the laning phase. It just gets a lot easier to get inside blade range and just farm in general. So you're playing a matchup. If you're behind against Lina, range really does matter a lot. Of course, you don't have the meld for the aggression potential and even to dodge the Bounty Hunter's ganks, but he's expecting that they will have detection for him anyway, as now, he might need it right now.
Yeah, a couple of seconds until refraction. No refraction for 1 second. He's going to have it now. He's going to need to use it. He gets it off. Only just as it comes off cooldown. Incredibly close encounter there for Resolution.
So close. You cannot get it any closer than that to getting killed in that lane again. And well, even though they don't succeed, back to base he goes. QO gets some more time. Also forced over a rotation from the Bane of Always Want to Fly. He used his mana, has to go back as well. MVP, even though this aggression just doesn't give them that many kills, still winning the laning stage overall. And of course the big hero to look out for is Silent on his anti-mage.
And he still continues to have a great time down there. 35 for 12 compared to KP's 24 for 2. The position 1 for Empire working out a lot better for MVP than MVPs at this moment in time. Just going to head up Febi, still hanging around. He's level 3 at the moment. He's finding a fair bit of XP, 6 minutes in. Not too bad here with the Bounty Hunter. On bottom lane, March, he is still finding a lot of XP. He's nearly hit level 6. Nearly got that Nether Strike online. And maybe see him be able to do a little bit more across the map. Top lane, both your Undying and Tusk, level 4 and level 3 respectively. Of course, sharing this lane's experience. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do other than trying to shut KP down. And even the fact that they are both here, KP, he's still finding relatively good farm against this potentially very aggressive dual lane.
Yeah, it's not that massive of a difference for Silent. It's 13 CS is by no means nothing, but KP's also going to be getting a wave here, so probably more realistically.
They get a light strike onto Resolution. The refraction is going to be more than enough to stop them from growing any further.
But they're happy to just get in his head, right? They just keep pressuring, trying to force rotations, just trying to take whatever advantage they can find. QO, just look at that aggression coming out here. Even has a regen rune running, so this costs him nothing. And I want to point out, the reason this is important
They're going to go in for this, I think, as well. If Febi can get the hit on, because they've got the Laguna Blade available, Resolution's got to be very careful how far he comes out, and he knows it.
Yeah,
he just goes straight back.
He has this ward right here that gave it away, so... This is important for a couple of reasons. First of all, it was a lane that Lina was supposed to lose. If it was a raw one-on-one, I think Resolution would have taken it against QO, but it wasn't. But the second thing is Lina actually is really good against anti-mage.
QO's rotated down here, has got the Laguna Blade available. It's a question if they want to dive this. I think they might, because always want to fly incredibly low. They're going to turn their attention towards him. March heading forward. There's been a TP in from Resolution, looking for a defense. They'll find always want to fly here. That's going to be the first kill. Stun to Silent. They've got to be careful at this TA, because now TA is going to turn their attention towards QO.
If QO knew that Silent hasn't skilled Spell Shield, I think he could kill him right now. You might realize with the damage his spells were doing, but...
At the same time, top lane, Witch Doctor's able to find a kill there onto the Undying. And they should be able to clear the Tombstone out as well. And off the back of that, they may even try and look for a low-hard dance. The cast going forward, KP with the Lance as well. He's going in for this one. He's got to be careful. I mean, a low-hard dance is out of mana. He could just afford to do this. The ring around the rosy is going to pay off here. They won't be able to get him. And anti-mage at the same time killing. Spirit Breaker, Resolution moving in onto QO. QO look for the jukes. Is he going to find it? Brain Sap from Always Want to Fly finds the kill there. So kills happening on both sides of the map here.
This is so important for Resolution. He's finally having something going his way here. Unfortunately, he doesn't get either of the kills, but at least is involved in some sort of success story here for Empire in that bottom lane. And what I was getting at, so first of all, Lina is winning the matchup against TA because of the help. And secondly, she's good against AM. She'll be getting the Aghanims upgrade, which it puts so much pressure on AM to either change his itemization or to just play differently. When you know 1,000 damage nuke can come your way at any time past 30 minutes.
They want to go for this.
Can't really play the same way.
There's a charge onto Resolution from March. They're going to go straight through for this one. Kyo's on the low ground. He's got to make his way around, but with the Nether Strike, they don't need the Lina. Febby there, finishing him off there with a Shuriken. And no reaction coming out in time there from the side of Empire. MVP able to get themselves back over to their half of the map. Kyo just continuing to apply the pressure onto the mid-tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower is
Hearing
under
another
attack.
charge.
He gets the light strike here on the mid lane with the Laguna as well. Oh, the snowball dodging the Shuriken, but the car, the Dragon Slave from Kyo that ends up finishing him off. So as nice as the snowball dodge was, doesn't end up saving his life.
He needed to dodge the Laguna Blade with that snowball. That would have been sick. It is possible. What is it? It's a quarter of a second window, I think, before the damage is dealt.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah, 0.25.
So, it was possible, but very difficult play there.
And charge onto the side. He's looking for a bash. He's not quite been able to find one there. So he's mid lane again. Resolution. Being caught out by the stun from Kyo. Nuts is there as well, hanging about. How's the Death Ward available here on the Witch Doctor? And we're actually going to see Febby TP in as well to help him out. Yeah, the ball being switched over. Kyo getting himself a bit of regen from that one. And Resolution will be able to find himself an Invis rune here at the top. So we'll see if he's able to do anything with that. But still just sitting on the treads here on this tier. KP applying the pressure on the top. Low Dart's being kept held back by the Spirit Lancers.
But Silent is pulling really far ahead now. I feel like it was 2 minutes ago I said he was 10 CS ahead of the PL. Now he's 25. So taking good advantage of being able to rotate between the lane and the jungle here. Just doing the Ogre camp and moving back over it. I think absolutely no loss here. He didn't lose a single lane creep on the way.
Gonna go for Febby here, moving in onto him to find the snowball. They've got the dust as well. Febby, he needs backup and March. He's gonna provide it. They're going in for Resolution, Nether Strike as well. Bashing up Resolution, Kyo moving in, will find the light strike array. Now with the paralyzing cast, and now the Death Ward onto Yoku Resolution, but he has managed to drop down the tombstone. It doesn't matter though, because it's a double kill for Kyo. The team will be able to disperse off the tombstone as well. And again, we saw what Kyo could do on the TA, and he's showing he can do a similar performance here on the Lina so far. A lot of gold there going towards Lina, and they've of course got this track available for the bounty, so they're going to start benefiting from that in the fights as well now.
MVP are just outnumbering them right now in these fights, because Salin can't really contribute much. And Ben, I feel like Ben said it half jokingly, half seriously, I think, when he said during the draft, you can't pick AM in this game because there's going to be so much early fighting that you don't have time. And, well, that statement, whether or not it was 100% serious from him, is holding true for now. Empire is put under a lot of pressure, and Silent can't really help. There's the only really good Mana Void target, as I talked about earlier, when you pick Anti-Mage's early game contribution to team fights, it's generally Mana Voiding a key target. The only one who's really valuable to land it on is Lina.
Silent blinking and aggressive there. Yeah. March can find some bashes here. He's going to be a lot of trouble. Shuriken coming out from Febby. They're going to try and chase this. He needs a bash, March. Oh, he doesn't get it. Silent is able to blink himself out into the tree line, healed up by Yoku's Soul Rip. And they will be okay. But Q's come down here as well. He's got a Laguna Blade. If he can find anyone, if he can find Silent, the bounces from the Shuriken doing a lot to slow down Empire. And if Febby moving in, there's going to be the charge for March as well. Yoku drops the tombstone, but they're just going to fight on the other side, and they're moving straight into the dodge. The dodge is there, but now with the Death Ward thrown down from Nuts, it's too much. He finds one. March, he gets the second double kill for the Spirit Breaker. 3 heroes falling on the side of Empire. And MVP.
Laguna, and it didn't even matter.
It was flashy.
Style points.
Go indeed, go to the Tusk.
That's the only points they get on the scoreboard for that fight, though.
10-3 now. Again, MVP having a great game too so far, just 13 minutes in.
Man, they are destroying a team that has Undying pre-15 minutes. Like, they're just running through the tombstone. They don't even care. They're just running them down, killing them off. Empire can't really seem to find their footing in these fights. They just keep trying to dodge them and end up losing heroes. Of course, there were 3 track kills there, I think, for Febby, so he got a lot of money. He almost has the mech now, 13 minutes in, including Arcane Boots on Bounty Hunter. Of course, Bounty himself benefits more from track than everyone else when you find those kills. Often underestimated. I mean, we talk about track kills and how much it benefits the winning team, but Bounty Hunter gets 200 extra gold per track kill, whereas the team gets 50 apiece.
Top lane, Febby. Scouting out Silent and always want to fly here. They do have March further up the lane. If he wanted to try and go for something, if they can find always want to fly here, they might just try and charge. There is backup coming from the side of Empire that we're seeing Both the
good
Tusk
sentry.
and Undying coming in.
Actually saw him, but didn't go for the play. Instead, he just gets tracked. Silent again with another aggressive blink.
He's got back
careful
up.
with this.
He does have people in the neighborhood, but now with Nuts and March coming in, and March finds the charge, which he will. Silent! As you said.
What was he thinking?
Not the play there from Silent.
Bounty Hunter just tracked the Bane. So he knows Bounty Hunter's in the neighborhood. I think did he not know the Spirit Breaker was there? Regardless.
He TP'd in the SB.
He blinked aggressively up to the tier 1 tower, knowing there's a Bounty Hunter in the neighborhood, not knowing where the other heroes are. And this is something Silent can't afford to make these mistakes because there's so much weight on his shoulders in this game because his team has just been killed off so much. That was his first death of the game. And the anti-mage mistakes just hurt twice as hard right now as he is desperately needed to get his Battle Fury. Maybe he got greedy. He almost had it. Perhaps he was.
He must have been
two
very
more
close,
priests
yeah.
for the Battle Fury, and
Absolutely.
oh boy, that was not the play right there for Silent. Unfortunate. A little bit of greed getting to him there.
Oh, and off the back of that, yeah, Febby with the completed mech recipe on the curry and on its way. It's looking very good here for Phoenix. We saw an impressive performance there from them in Game 1 and Game 2. See more of the same. Yours done from QO. He's going to try and set us up on the Undying, but the TP reactions are there. MVP need to be careful. Phoenix grip straight up onto Febby. They've had enough of this Bounty Hunter and his dirty, dirty track god. They take him down. March coming in with the charge. They're trying to turn this, but always want to fly with the Nightmare. It's going to be fine. Empire, they might be able to take this fight. Looking for March here. They should be able to fight him. He's incredibly tanky. Can they kill him? They will finally take him down with the Death Ward from the low ground. The cask as well. They'll get the Bane in return. And Resolution, he's standing at the ward. The Snowball coming out, able to turn it. Now Silent blinking forward. They might be, the Mana Void. It's a double kill for Silent. KP the only one to live here. And they're looking for him as well. They'll pop the charges, has the mana hit the doppelganger, and will be able to get himself out. But Empire coming back into that fight very, very nicely and managing to get themselves a fair few kills onto the board.
This is the exact chain of events that Empire need to win a fight. They need to get a Tombstone that MVP charge into with bad position. They need to get the opener on the Bounty Hunter, and they finally get a good Mana Void from Silent, who joins the fight after respawning and gets it onto the Lina, killing the Witch Doctor as well as her immediately there. 2 kills, Battle Fury, and all of a sudden, you know, this is all it takes. MVP had a big lead here of almost, they were closing in at 10,000 actually, really early. Empire can very quickly pull it back now with the AM, and MVP needs to be careful not to get overconfident.
They're going in onto Yoku. They're going to set the charge as well. Yoku's going to get blown up. First death in. Now with the Nether Strike. He wants to look for more here. March! He's going straight in onto Always Wanna Fly, but now with the TP in from alert down to Snowball. Moving it onto the Spirit Breaker. They should be able to find it. Warrior's Punch, bringing him alive, but he's walking out. The Voodoo Restoration from Nuts. The Doctor is in. 2 heroes down, and Empire charge onto a low on Nuts with a track gold as well. It's a double kill for QO, and Empire don't have an answer to that one.
Nuts is incredible on Witch Doctor. I feel like when this guy gets Witch Doctor in these games we've seen so far from MVP at the main event, he has been absolutely standout. This is phenomenal performance. His Death Wards all game, his casks are great. Voodoo Restoration making a big difference in this fight as well. They're looking like they didn't even fight. Like all their heroes have full health again because of Urn and Voodoo Restoration, and they just took 3 kills with Track. They took a tower. They could look for Roche, or maybe even try to find Silent, who is still a very fragile target. Spirit Breaker and Bounty Hunter, 2 good heroes to have against AM. Find him in the jungle, charge him out, and knock him down. Let's see if they can do it.
And I want to say
good aggressive vision here.
17.5 minutes in, the Nuts Witch Dogs, he's got the point booster, he's got the Ochre Club now as well, 400 gold on top. Was it Nuts the other day that we were talking about and he got the 24-minute Aghanim's? Was that the Nuts Witch Doctor?
Yes,
it was.
I think so.
He might even beat that this game, that 24-minute timing. It's a pretty insane rate that he's finding the gold.
Most likely, he just needs like a GPM of 170 or something in the next, maybe a little bit more, 200.
He should be able to.
Very doable. He'll just jungle a little bit here, but I don't think that's the. Well, he does have 37 CS, so I guess he's been doing a little bit of jungling so far in this game.
Mid lane, Aloha Dance is smoked up here. Along with Resolution, they're trying to bait something with Silent. And maybe MVP will react. Febby moving towards the mid lane. In fact, the entire team of Empire behind Silent is a big bait. The question is, does Phoenix fall for it? Your March is going to be charging in here. Silent blinking back. Is March going to continue? No. He senses something's up. He's going to hold back for this one.
We found March's limit on charge. It seems like he's scared of nothing when he goes in, but that was too much.
Track's being thrown out, and the smoke has now wasted. So Empire back to doing what they're doing. There's actually a charge here into the jungle, going straight in for Silent. He's going to need a few bashes here. Where's your bashes? Oh, Already seeing the bashes coming out from March today.
They're still shutting him down. Like this kind of play is easily worth it. You put a lot of pressure on the opponent. You start getting like paranoid when you're in your jungle. Oh, Spirit Breaker charging me. Can I go for this creep camp or not? March he's showing Silent that they're looking for him.
They're going to try for Rush.
Also gets a part of the creep camp, so.
And they should be able to get this as well. I don't know if Empire can do anything about this. They are starting to move towards the pit. It's not the quickest Roche, but
they're going to be too late.
I think it's going to be quick enough.
Yeah. Medallion is a good item.
If Empire can jump in now. Low on dark side shots going in with the charge out from March. They're trying to start. Tombstone is on the high ground. The Deathboard though, look at it go nuts. The Mana Void's there to cancel it. And they've already found one. QO now to killing spree. March with the bashes. Low on dark moving it onto QO. QO looking for Silent, but Silent, he's going to be able to get himself out of time. Oh, they've lost the main. Now the charge from March onto Yoku. Now the spree lost of the resolution. The illusions. Will they kill him though? The meld is there. KP's trying to find him, but they haven't got detection. KP going back for a low hard dance. Resolution, he's got a triple kill on Yoku because of the Tombstone. And this is an Undying go crazy. They go for the illusion. It's an ultra kill. Yoku's Tombstone. He gets it down at the start of the fight, and that in itself pretty much wins it for them. March trying to turn this around. There's buybacks coming out from the side of MVP here. That Silent was able to pick up the Aegis and finish off Roshan. No, they get the Spirit Breaker. Empire, they're hitting back hard here. 13 for 17, and Yoku just TPs out. What a Tombstone. What an Undying.
I actually think MVP could have finished the Roche. They got scared and started moving out. They did have the vision seeing the rotation in from Empire, but they started second guessing their Roshan call, and one of the heroes started moving out. They got Roshan down to like 10%, and then they all started moving out, being scared of the rotation in from Empire. But ultimately what they did was that they had Roshan in their back hitting them. They took a fight that would have been pretty much the same, I feel, inside the pit, if not, maybe not even better for them inside there. And then big win for Empire.
Massive.
Plenty of kills. Roshan, Aegis on Silent. And Undying is getting a lot of items from this, of course. He got the ultra kill. And the goal is back to almost even.
Yeah. I mean, the buybacks. 2 buybacks coming out from MVP there as well at the end of it. And they didn't achieve anything. So much being thrown the way of Empire.
MVP is just playing with so much confidence that sometimes it's too much for them. It's kind of reminding me of the old Na'Vi that just didn't care. Like would just always constantly go for fights, even if they were behind, even if they didn't look too good, and just to rely on outskilling their opponents.
There's a charge coming through here, looking for resolution. March on his own for the time being, has got another strike available, trying to buy time for the rest of the team to move in. Lena's trying to get in range for the Yules, but resolution just a little bit too speedy. And March unable to. Is he going to continue for this one? There isn't a tier 2. He's not going to do it. It's a little bit too spooked. Question is, can they turn it around? No, March is just going to charge himself away, and the rest of MVP Phoenix head back to their side of the base.
They found Febby at the same time in the Radiant jungle. Good sentry ward placed here from the Radiant side, and they get off the Fiend's grip. Take him down with Bane, as well as I believe the Tusk was there.
They want to fight here, smoking up. They're trying to do what Empire did earlier. They're baiting here with their core. A KP, he's on his own in the mid. Is he going to be able to try and make Empire jump? The rest of his team, MVP, are looking for the wraparound here, moving into the Radiant jungle, trying to get the angle in from the side.
And looking at KP, this makes me wonder how the last fight would have gone if he would have gone for a different item build than the Boots of Travel first. I know it's a build a lot of Phantom Lancer players like to get just because of how you can push out lanes and control the map,
gone forward here.
Fight impact not so high.
He's been spotted out. March, QO Nuts hiding in the trees. Which way is this fuck gonna go? Charge up to the Nuts. Look good to play. With the Tombstone's been dropped down. They need to do something about this. The Death Ward is doing a lot of Silent with the Mana Void. Will cancel the channeling. Nuts is having to run now. Yoku is doing so much. They just can't do anything about the Undying. They'll finally be able to take down the Tombstone. But it's already a double kill for Resolution. Silent and Resolution still sitting at full health. Febby having to get himself out of there. Can't do anything. And again, the Undying in these team fights doing so much for Empire, making it impossible for MVPs to fight into. They do get 2 kills in return, but they lose a core on their own end and the Witch Doctor on top of it, and will also lose this tier 1 here in the mid lane.
It's so crucial that Silent has identified the problem in the previous team fights, which is the Witch Doctor. He jumps on him every single time.
Febby, can he get this one off? Resolution? Oh, the charge! It's a time from March, but it's not going to be enough to kill Febby. Now he just turns around, gets the tracks out. Empire not able to find the kill there, but still, Empire bring themselves right back into this game. And Silent on his anti-mage, 13,000 net worth now, coming up to 4,000 ahead of KP's PL. This is looking a little bit scary now for MVP. Oh, they find a courier. It had the Shadow Amulet on there for Yoku, so KP will say thank you very much.
Febby gets a ward here as well, so a little bit more claimed. But this game is very even right now. And it's going to come down to, okay, so Nuts is going to farm the Ags now. We did expect him to get it sub 24, but, well, he's been losing a couple of fights as Silent has started targeting him out. But with the Ag Scepter Death Ward, if they get one fight where he does not get immediately jumped on by the Anti-Mage, he can completely destroy them. He needs to find some sort of hidden spot in the trees where he can channel it from. It doesn't.
It's gonna be hard.
It doesn't even matter how many. You know, when you have Ags, Death Ward changes in the sense that you just need to hit one target because it will automatically bounce to the others. Before Ags, you need to consider, okay, the target you're hitting first. What if he runs away? Who can you hit afterwards? But it's just the first few bounces until a target runs away can deal so much damage. Like if Death Ward hits for just a second in a team fight, it's more than 1,000 damage from just bounces.
And now Silent's farming so well, and with this tower gold as well.
Dire's top tower
It's going to be very, very hard for MVP to kind of catch up to him. They need to find some good fights. I mean, we did see the KPPL. Yeah, he's okay. So he's got the finished diffusal blade now. So
this is a big item.
Yeah, he's in a much better position when they do start to find themselves in the engagements.
This is the item that allows PL to kill Anti-Mage. When Anti-Mage blinks in aggressively, if you catch him off guard with your Purge and then just run in with multiple illusions and drain all his mana, he's in trouble. And in this game, Silent does not have a magic wand or any sort of way of regaining mana during the fight. So if they catch him off guard, that could be really strong. Of course, they do have 2 Arcane Boots. And in the heat of the moment, it's pretty difficult to call for something like that and get them used to blink out. Your timing window is also very small if you've got like 8 illusions hitting you. So,
I mean, you just look at Silent now, level 18. He's got the Manta style complete. And this is in comparison to a level 14 PL. I mean, the difference is just paramount between these two. And Silent doing so much for the team. Well, the team as a whole, Empire, they had a really rough early game, but as soon as we came into these mid-game fights, every time just coming out top. Oh, the snowball's coming in. Nancy's all alone.
That's a
gem. That's a gem. Oh my goodness, it couldn't have been any better for Empire. They get all the good ones as well. March coming in with the charge. Did you really want to try and fight this? He's got KP here with the Diffusal Blade. The Tombstone has been dropped. They will find the Bane here. Can MVP find anything more? Kira there with the Yules cancelling Aloha Dance's TP. They should be able to find this Tusk with the Laguna Blade to the face. They'll finish him off as well. Double kill for KP. So they lose Febby on the bounty, but they find 2 in trade.
And they also lost their gem. Silent picked it up and got out of there. So I still want to call that a net win for Empire.
Yeah.
It was also just 2 supports they lost, so yeah, that's good enough for them for now. Silent will continue to farm really fast. He's got his hands on a double damage rune, doesn't hurt. Oh, hurts a lot.
I mean,
know what I mean?
What does Silent go for? He's got 2,500 gold on him, on top of this Manta Star. What's he thinking about now at this point? What does he need against MVP's lineup?
I don't know if this is a BKB game for him. It's obviously nice to be able to stop the stun of Lina, but ultimately, she will probably be looking for an Axe to just pierce it with her ult anyway. So you might just consider, in this case, to go for a Heart and just be really, really tanky. We've seen Silent do it in a previous AM game as well. He went for, I think, Heart Butterfly as his items after this inventory. Wouldn't mind seeing that here. It also allows him to man up against the PL. I think if he goes Butterfly first, he might be a little bit too susceptible to spells still. But on the other hand, it also protects him against Death Ward. So, difficult to say here what his choice is going to be. We'll see very soon. He's got 3k gold. So. I do not like the idea of Abyssal, if that's what he's thinking. I think that's too aggressive, and it can backfire a little bit too hard, although it is great against PL. Needs to be able to stay alive. If he dies in the fight's over, I think. It's very difficult to see the 4 remaining heroes of Empire winning a team fight when Resolution doesn't have a Desto. We're 30 minutes and he's gone really defensive build. Blink BKB.
They're going to jump on this one. Hold back, Silent. Now with a charge from March, MVP actually being the ones that want to try and take this fight. Yoka getting Laguna Blade down. The Mana Void's big though. QI's going to fall. He's going to go down, but they've already lost 2 on the side of Empire. Can MVP find anything more here? March out of mana. Trying to move himself in with the casket. There's your Death Ward onto Silent. Silent trying to blink away, but the bounce is there. Holding him in place. Silent and Loyaltas trying to get themselves out. KP's going to chase this here. Has got Diffusal Blade charges left, so should be able to find more. March with the charge here onto the Resolution TA. And the Loyaltas tries to TP out. The Tusk is there. They'll be able to find themselves the Tusk. It's a mega kill streak here for KP. And it's just Resolution and Silent getting themselves out to safety, but everyone else falling. And MVP only losing the Lina there.
Yeah, she respawned so fast. She had, I think, 14 Bloodstone charges, maybe 13. Gets back quickly. And this is a Roche too. Now, MVP cannot afford to make the mistake they did last time. This time they really need to make sure they finish it off. They can kill it faster as well. PL has gotten a lot of damage since then, so has Lina, relative to Roshan's growth. I know I said last time there's no way Empire make this. There's no way they make it this time.
This time it's a free Roche here for MVP. They get themselves the Aegis on secure on the Lina. 24 to 18, 29 minutes in. I imagine the difference in net worth, yeah, still bang around 0. This is a very, very close game that it could still go either way. It's going to be pretty much a question of whether Silent on his anti-mage can carry harder than KP on his PL.
We might reach a situation when Empire will be unable to win team fights in the late game. I think it's going to be pretty difficult for them to fight with, even though they have AM and TA, fighting into, they really don't have good PL counters. Yes, Anti-Mage with Battle Fury is decent, but come late enough into the game, it's just not enough, in my experience. So I think they could have a problem there. There's also, of course, the Spirit Breaker, which counters AM nicely the entirety of the game. You always have the reliable lockdown, and Undying will fall off. So it's possible Empire will have to play a split push game, where Resolution and Silent both get boots of travel and try to bait MVP into a bad position and just trade buildings.
This game, yeah, it could certainly excel to a point where we're going to have some very kind of edge on the seat between the two sides. And as we just saw there, Nuts now on the Witch Doctor has finished off his Aghanims. Isn't going to be as quick as the other day, as he did have a little bit of a slower later mid-game after we saw him get a good start to the build. And of course, worth noting, of course, Bounty Hunter with the Guardian Greaves now coming to 1,500 gold on top of it as well. And they're going to look for a smoky MVP. March leaving the way with a charge straight out to Yoku. They realize that the Undying is issue, as long as they can stop him from getting anything out. But the Nightmare Dodge there coming out. He actually duped off the damage as well. He's alive, he's in the snowball. The Deathward doing so much though with the Aghanims. Look at the bounces go. They're looking for Silent, the Light Strike onto Silent. He can't blink out. Can they kill him? There's going to be the Yours as well holding in place. Can he get himself out? No! Double kill for KP. Empire losing 3 heroes off the back of that fight.
No buyback on Silent. He bought Eagle Song. They're going to lose Rax here.
Oh, this is terrible for Empire. 70 seconds without the anti-mage. Up to the high ground. MVP go. Can they do it here? The team that were able to take down Newbie in the first round, moving forward to taking down Empire in a potentially a 2-0, unless Empire could do anything spectacular here. 60 seconds still without the anti-mage. The pushing power is pretty strong here from MVP. They'll at least be able to take a set of racks here in the mid lane. And Empire just unable to do anything at the moment without that anti-mage. Not even wanting to move forward or jump in at this point. Just a little bit too risky.
They 3-0'd that fight with a Laguna Blade on a creep instead of the Undying. I think it was. Or maybe he got Glimmer Cape off. That's possible as well, because there's no Ags yet, right? No. So it could have been that. It just looked like the Laguna did no damage, and they still took them 3-0 there. Mana Void from Anti-Mage was not enough to bring down key heroes. And
there's an Ags on Lina off the back of that fight. Manta style complete on KP. They're going to look for the tier 2 on the top lane. Still 20 seconds before Silence back on his Anti-Mage.
Level 2 track is pretty good when you find 3 kills and a couple towers and barracks. Get a lot of money.
And it's going to be back. The question is, do MVP want to stick around or get themselves out? It looks like they're happy with backing up at this point.
They claimed so much right there. They need to just grab their items. Now, so here's the problem, right? He went for the Butterfly to try to counter out the PL and the Death Ward and the Spirit Breaker. Aghanims at the same time. QO is level 16 exactly. This will deal 950 pure to an Anti-Mage who has 1600 health. If he drops to half, he's dead. And there's no defensive mechanism apart from, you know, really, really timing dependent ones in the Snowball and a defensive Nightmare, which are very difficult to pull off. This does not bode well for Team Empire.
MVP's still hanging around here, ready to move in with this creep wave. See what they can do. Febby just getting the tracks in. PQ and March ready to lead forward here. Have Empire got what it takes to defend against this push from MVP? PQ just heading away here. There's the tier 3s, looking at the sigil. It's a very, very tense bit here for Empire. They've got to do everything they can to hold onto their base, but they're losing it slowly but surely. Secure just sits there without attack range, hitting away now with the Yules onto Bane. They might try and find this, but Silent straight in third. Can't throw now onto Silent, and now the Death Ward's dropped out. They need to get themselves out or cancel this one. But they get, oh! He's just able to blink himself out. They will lose, or no, always want to fly is actually able to live for a short amount of time. Ends up dying to the Dragon Slave. Now KP moving forward onto lower does. Silent's trying to help him though. Looking for KP, Silent, what can he do on the anti-mage? He's done quite a lot of KP. Oh, Mana Void finishes off KP and Silent. He's looking for more. He's trying to find Q. QO, he'll get it. The Aegis is going to be popped here from the leader, but March, he's still in fight. Febi's going to go down there to Resolution. Double kill for Silent. QO is back up. Can they kill QO? I think they can. Moving in with Yoku. Resolution. Silent bottom back to there. Oh, the Bloodstone deny will come out. But nonetheless, Empire defending the base there. And Silent doing a hell of a lot of work there for the team.
It's so crucial they kill the creep that KP was porting in on with his buyback boots of travel. If PL comes back into that fight, the outcome of that could have been so much different. Empire. It's really important here that they stay focused, and they do manage to hold their top tier 3 tower, but it did cost them. I can't remember how many heroes. I think they bought back both the TA as well as one more. Was it only TA? Just TA?
No, yeah, it was just the TA.
And there were actually 2 buybacks on the Dire, both Bounty and PL buying back to no avail. So a good hold here for Empire, and I think now Silent should have buyback gold for the next fight. So this one is not over yet.
Mid lane, KP and Febi eyeing him up again. Look at that up and down graph, back towards 0. A real back and forth game here between these two sides. Empire doing what they can to stay in. Resolution starting to get some damage online, has the Demon Edge, coming up to 2k gold here as well. So we'll start to see him hit very hard in the next fight. And he might be able to do quite a bit against Witch Doctor, who, as we're seeing with the Death Wards, causing so much havoc. Lena's actually going to go and pick up a Blink Dagger here as well. So we're going to have that extra chase down and escape potential here from, of course, QO.
I think MVP realized that the win condition is to catch out AM. And with a Blink Dagger on Lena, they can get a surprise jump. And Lena herself can take 2/3 of Anti-Mage's health. Oh, actually, he got a Reaver.
He's got a Reaver.
He doesn't buy back again. Are you kidding me? How ice cold can you be in an elimination match?
He's going for
to go for this right now instead of having a buy. I do not believe it. I think this is absolutely crazy.
Resolution. He's got the blink just in time in March. Is he going to continue for this one with Febi? No. Tier 2 still standing. A little bit too risky for him to dive that deep. But nonetheless, just forcing the TA back out of the jungle. Still, I mean, it's going to be Tusk now picking up the Solar Crest. Okay, so Empire going to have that ready for the next engagement when it does kick off. And Silent's still very much at the top of the net worth. 23,000 here on him. But he's still got a lot to do. That's 36 minutes in MVP. They've found a set of racks and they're looking for more now in the bottom lane. Moving in, they want to try and find a tier 2, but Empire anticipating this. They want to try for a wraparound potentially. Moving into their jungle.
Silent just bought a Vitality booster as well. So
he's going all in. Okay, low hard dancing discounted out. Live strike's already been popped. I said the Fiend Script used there and cancelled straight away. The Fiend Script's not going to be available here for this fight. Now the charge onto a low hard dance. He's going to go from now with the defensive Nightmare to Death Ward. Look how much he's going to do here. Manifold coming out there from Silent. He cancels it. A low hard dance will follow. It's a double kill for QO. How much can Silent do? He's looking for March. Now he's going to blink for QO. QO still alive. Will finally go down. AP trying to find Yoku. Silent. He's got to carry harder. Yoku's falling down. They're going to lose Yoku. It's only Silent. Can Silent kill them all? I don't think he can. He's got to get himself out. Blinks himself away. He's lost the rest of his team. And they just can't fight against it. There was a buyback coming out there from the side of MVP on the Lena QO, wanting to rejoin the fight, and they want to go for it here because, I mean, this is Resolution down for a full minute without buyback.
Out of everything that happened in that fight, QO died to a neutral, would you believe it? He actually got killed by the Centaur Conqueror, I think. And it might sound like a little thing, but it could be the difference between Silent having his heart and not having it right now.
I realize Silent's on his own, trying to charge through. It will be able to get the blink off. Still 40 seconds without Resolution's TA.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See what they can do here. MVP, they're ready to try and take another set of racks here onto the tier 3. Yoku's going to be back up in a few seconds on the Undying. Do Empire have what's in them to take this fight and hold up the defense? We saw them do it on the top lane, but that was with the full roster. Still 20 seconds without the TA. They could lose the tier 3 here. The question is, do they lose the racks as well? And Q, he just deletes the Bane. And now he's like, Silent's jumping in here. Silent wants to try and fight, but this will be the charge from March. Silent's going to be careful. He's been banned up, stuck up the Nether Strike as well. Controlling Silent here. Now this one, he's going to move forward here. He's trying to find the Death Ward from Nuz. He needs to get out the Manifold. It's big. Not quite big enough. The blink dodge of the Strike array. Silent trying to duke it out with the charges there. Nuts is going to go down into Resolution. One more hit, we'll find it. They do find Nuts here, the Witch Doctor, but KP moving in onto Resolution, chasing down the TA. The BKB is not going to save her as KP continues. The army of zombies coming in, trying to do what it can. It's not enough. Double kill for KP, but Silent has cleaned up on the back of the fight. He's found himself an extra kill here. Can he find anything else? Blinking forward. It looks like MVP on the retreat here. Yeah, blinking away. Febby and Lena getting themselves out. So they do kill the TA. They get a couple of kills out of it, but this time again, Silent able to keep himself alive, and that really is the key thing for Empire at this point.
What an absolutely crazy fight. The fact that PL keeps chasing down the TA instead of trying to assist on the AM, I don't know if MVP had the opportunity there for KP to run over, but if he jumps on the AM when they have him charged and Nether struck, he should actually be taking so much damage and lose so much mana. But of course, Laguna Blade, I do believe, was on cooldown from killing the Bane, and that opens up for Silent to go for that engage. He even engaged with 5 seconds remaining on the respawn of TA. Like, how crazy. He does... he is so ice cold. It's actually unbelievable.
Oh no, the bounces. The bounces is going to hit him again. No! Oh, we're going to play Silent. Oh, get the blink off. Febby's there with the chase down. Silent, a lot of trouble. Always want to fly. Has turned up. And Bane trying to sacrifice himself potentially for the air. But KP, look at him run. Look at him go. This man finds the kill. You talk about Bloodseeker moving forward. Look at that PL. It's a mega kill streak for KP, and that's AM down for 90 seconds. He's got buyback. Oh, he's so lucky. He was 2 gold short when he was dead. He's now got it, and he's going to use it straight away. I can't believe he only just had enough of that buyback. Without that, Empire could have been such a bad position.
I don't think he knew he was going to have it, to be honest.
Oh, they found a Bane. This Bane is in so much trouble. Oh, always want to fly, getting taken down. Silent, is he going to go with it? He's smoked up. He has the backup of his team. Resolution is there. Can Empire try and take this fight? MVP looking for Roshan. There's 4 of them on the side of Empire. They're going to go for a Kuro straight away onto Yoki. Yoki's going to get taken down. He gets taken down. Kuro is getting incredibly low here. Silent trying to find out the Mana Boy coming out nuts. Being chased out by Resolution. Resolution, but then lost Silent. Silent's dead. KP, it's too much. It's too much. They're going to look for Resolution as well. Febby and March moving forward, looking for the TA. KP, he's in the base. He's looking for the objective. March with the bash. Finally, he gets one out. And off the back of that, MVP, they're looking for the top tier rank. They're looking for the game here. 100 seconds without AM. Resolution will buy back on the TA. They need to kill KP, and I don't know if they can. There's only 3 of them left alive here. There's going to be a charge coming through from March on the side of MVP, and MVP just want to fight. KP moving in onto Resolution. The snowball coming out just in time, but Resolution still goes down. It's a monster kill. KP, he's looking for Bane. He's going to die. Bane buys him some time, but they still fight the kill. Double kill for KP. 4 heroes down. The Phantom Lance is too much. The results have come back for the Doctors. He's positive MVP. They're destroying Empire. What can Empire do now without the AM, without the TA? The tier 4's to drop. I think it's over, Sin. I think...
They're doing what they can here, but it's not enough. They're going to lose the Tombstone here as well. And March said in an interview going into this tournament, I don't know how many people actually believed him. He said, I think we can
get over. MVP did it. 2-0 against Empire. They did it. They moved forward yet again. The team that you really need to be keeping your eye on. What a performance once again. My goodness.
So top 8 guaranteed for MVP Phoenix. I don't know how many people expected this going in. March sounded pretty confident in his interview. He felt like they were prepared. They won, or they didn't win. They got second in the wild card. And here they are.